Thank you for staying with us. While many people use the festive season to rest and spend time with loved ones, others use the opportunity to travel and explore different places. Let's look at the best scenic routes in South Africa for a holiday road trip with travel enthusiast Palesa Mosiea. Palesa, pleasure to have you on the program this afternoon. Now, as a travel enthusiast, which of these scenic routes in South Africa holds a special place in your heart and why?
Oh my gosh. Firstly, good afternoon to you and all your viewers. The route that has a special place in my heart is actually an unexpected one. It's not on any list, and I think people must really explore it. I grew up in the Free State, in the Eastern Free State to be specific, in a small place called Qwaqwa. And just 15 minutes away from Qwaqwa is the Golden Gate Nature Reserve. Now, the route between the Golden Gate Nature Reserve and a small town called Clarence in the Free State is, for me, by far, the most scenic route in this country. It is phenomenal. The mountains, the greenery, the scenery, just fantastic. Golden Gate to Clarence in the Eastern Free State.
So South Africa is known for its hidden tourist gem. Are there any lesser-known spots or attractions along these routes that travelers might overlook but are worth exploring as well? I mean, you've already mentioned Clarence, which I do know is a popular one with many people who make their way on the roads for various destinations as well.
Yes. There are so many detours that you can do when you're on these routes. I mean, when you are doing that Golden Gate Clarence one, Clarence has got such beautiful activities that you can do. There's beer tasting. Golden Gate has horse riding. But let's just take it to another province, because another one of my favorites is in the Western Cape, Franschhoek, right? These are the vineyards. And wow, the first time that I went there was about 5 years ago, and I had to go back about 3 years ago, and I still am going to go back. That route is stunning, but the activities that you can do while you're in that Franschhoek area, you can go wine tasting, chocolate tasting, cheese tasting, ice cream tasting, beer tasting, and you can also do the House of J.C. Leroux tour, which is a phenomenal tour where you see how they actually make the sparkling wine. So what I love about our country is not only is it beautiful, but there are other activities that you can do when you're road tripping on these phenomenal routes.
So, Palesa, how does the choice of route change based on the season? And are there specific routes that are particularly enchanting during the festive season?
Yes, of course. The routes change based on the season. If you want to do the garden route, which is another beautiful route where you're going by the sea line, where you see all the beaches as you're traveling in KZN. But the thing is, it's better to do that in the summer because the sea looks absolutely stunning in the summer, right? And even the mountainous routes, whether it's the route from Colesberg, making your way to Port Elizabeth, it's really amazing in the summer. So for me, road tripping is amazing in the summer because the scenery is more beautiful when the sun is out.
So some of these routes, like Sunny Pass, I would know, are best enjoyed in a 4x4 vehicle. What vehicle considerations and preparations would you advise for travelers who are embarking on these road trips?
I would advise any traveler embarking on any journey to always do their research as to where they're going, right? I once found myself in a predicament when I was driving a sedan vehicle, and I was going to Kwantani in the Free State, and the road is just not conducive for that. So if you are traveling, make sure you know the route that you'll be traveling. With Google Earth now, you can literally even go online and look at the route, literally look at it. But a lot of information is available on the internet. And the route that you just mentioned, I'm a 4x4 girl. I love bundu bashing. Make sure you take a 4x4 vehicle, whether it is an SUV or a van, whatever vehicle that you can get that is high, because you will definitely enjoy that route in a 4x4 vehicle. You don't have to worry about your car having any issues. You need those big wheels and a higher vehicle for that route.
So road trips are often also allow for unique local experiences. Can you share any memorable encounters or even activities that travelers might find along these scenic routes?
Yes, definitely. I've got a lot. Like I said, I've already shared my experiences with Franschhoek in the Western Cape. And then as you're making your way, another really good route is as you're making your way to the Western Cape, from Colesberg, I did mention that there's a small town on the way to the to Cape Town. Let me not say the Western Cape because that's a province, but on the way to Cape Town called Oudtshoorn, right? And Oudtshoorn has got, it was famous for ostrich riding, but they've got the Kango Caves. And the Kango Caves are like a national treasure where they've got 2 tours at the Kango Caves. They've got a tour for the people that are not too adventurous, and then they've got the adventurous tour. I mean, I found myself squeezing through holes in the caves that I never thought I would get through. And at the end of the adventurous tour, you feel like you've achieved something phenomenal because, I mean, I'm a wellness coach, so I'm very fit and I'm very active. But even I found that challenging. But at the end, you just have this feeling of victory because you've literally achieved something that during doing it, you never thought you would get to the end of it. And also when you're in Oudtshoorn, they've also got a lion and crocodile park where you can go see white lions, where you can go see crocodiles. I had the opportunity to take a few pictures with an albino python because I am a fan of snakes. So it's really, really amazing what we have in this country and what you can explore.
Palesa, before I let you go, I mean, as you know, safety is quite paramount during road trips. What safety tips do you have for travelers exploring these scenic routes, especially during the busy holiday season?
Right. The first thing is do not drive under the influence of alcohol. We've had so many fatalities on the roads, and a lot of them are because people are driving under the influence of alcohol. A road trip is fun because you get to see the scenery, you get to have conversations, you get to connect. So make sure that you're not on any alcoholic beverages. Focus on hydrating because it's really going to get hot in that vehicle as you're driving because of the weather. And just make sure that it is about connecting and actually seeing the scenery as you're driving through these routes. Because another thing that alcohol can do, it can detract from actually enjoying the views and you focus on the alcohol. The second thing, like I said, have a vehicle that is conducive to your journey. Make sure you have a comfortable vehicle because road trips are usually long, and make a few stops along the way. We've got these vehicles that tell us it's time to take a break, but nobody ever does take a break. You'll be surprised how refreshed you are after taking a quick break while you're on that road trip. And make sure that you do explore the detours. Do your research. There's also elephant parks on these routes that you can explore. So much that you can explore. But all you need to do is make sure you do your research so that you know which stops you can take along the way.
Palesa, do you have any advice for solo travelers versus those embarking on these road trips with family or even friends? How does the experience differ?
The hardest part for me is I've never been a solo traveler. It's something that I thought I would try at some point, but it's just not for me. I prefer traveling with a group. But I did speak to a few people that are solo travelers, and they say that the biggest thing for them is meeting new people and starting new conversations. And, you know, some of these people travel, and the next time they go to that country or to that area, no longer have to book because the people that they met offer them to come and stay at their homes and so on and so forth. So if you are a solo traveler, make sure you have a lot of stops along the way so you can meet different people, experience different experiences, interact with different cultures. And if you are like me and you like to travel in a group, the bigger, the better. Hire and take one vehicle or any vehicle that can sit all of you in one car because then it's more enjoyable that way.
Palesa, as we wrap up, and also given the beautiful landscape that these routes pass through, how can travelers then contribute to the preservation of the environment and also support local communities as well as they travel?
The first thing is do not litter. Make sure that we keep these places looking clean as you found them. And the second thing, yes, support. Every time I go to Mpumalanga or the Eastern Cape, I always support the local markets. As you're traveling, you'll see these vendors sitting on the side of the road. Support those vendors, and you'll be surprised. The vegetables that they sell are so tasty. And in Mpumalanga, especially the avocados, they're so huge when you buy them in Mpumalanga as opposed to when you buy them here in Gauteng for me. And just to support that industry really does a lot to put food on the table to people that are really, really struggling. So support the local markets, and even if they're not on the side of the road, find local markets, find flea markets, support the local businesses. Most importantly, keep it clean, don't litter, make sure that you respect these beautiful attractions enough to keep them as beautiful as you found them for the people that are coming after you.
As we conclude our discussion with Palesa Mosiea, it's evident that in South Africa there's still so much to see. Go out and experience your country. South Africa's scenic routes offer not only breathtaking views, but also a tapestry of diverse experiences waiting to be explored.